Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
People against Salamasi, Nicholas Salamasi, 25B710-831. All right. Good morning, Detective. Your name? I guess it's afternoon now. Your name, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Detective Bernard, please.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
On May 13, 2025, approximately 16:46 hours, Officer Dubois was located at 23007 Telegraph Road, Brownstown, Michigan. Reference to a larceny complaint. Section 5, stated the suspect, who was described as a white male with red shorts, black shirt, stole an employee's cell phone from within the store prior to fleeing the scene on a bicycle. Officer Dubois responded to the Walgreens while Officer Aguilar canvassed the area for the suspect. Victim Murphy is a Walgreens employee. Victim Murphy stated she set her phone down on a cart while preparing to take out the trash. Victim Murphy stated she became distracted by a customer and left her phone on the cart just a few feet away while momentarily dealing with the customer. Victim Murphy stated she was behind the photo counter while dealing with the customer and could see the suspect standing on the other side of the photo counter just a few feet away. The suspect was standing directly in front of the car where Victim Murphy's phone was sitting on. Victim Murphy stated while dealing with the customer, the suspect interrupted her multiple times, which she believed may have been a distraction technique. Victim Murphy stated after finishing up with the customer, the suspect was gone and so was her phone, a navy blue iPhone 12 Pro Max. Witness Regals, who's a Walgreens manager, stated after hearing that Victim Murphy's phone was missing, she began reviewing surveillance video from within the store. Witness Regal stated while reviewing the surveillance video, she observed the suspect steal Victim Murphy's phone before fleeing the scene on a white bicycle. While Officer Dubois also reviewed the surveillance, observed Victim Murphy set her phone down on the cart before helping the customer at the counter just a few feet away. Officer Dubois observed the suspect come into frame while holding his phone in his left hand, and the suspect then placed himself between Victim Murphy and her phone with his back facing Murphy's phone on the table. The suspect continued playing with his left phone, his phone in his left hand while reaching behind himself with his right hand and picking up Victim Murphy's phone. After picking up Victim Murphy's phone at 16:26 hours on the cameras, the suspect left the store and rode away on a white bicycle. Officer Aguilar canvassed a nearby apartment complex, Marion Manor Apartments. As Officer Aguilar was traveling through his apartment complex, he observed the white male wearing red shorts and a black hoodie traveling southbound on a bike towards the Westboro condos. The male was carrying a grocery bag and gearing off towards Officer Aguilar's patrol vehicle.
Jeez.
Officer Aguilar asked the male if he was just at Walgreens, and he stated yes while showing Officer Aguilar his bag. This man was identified as Defendant Nicholas Salmasi. Defendant Salmasi told Officer Aguilar, "I think I know what you're looking for." As he reached into his left pocket, Defendant Salmasi pulled out an iPhone and informed Officer Aguilar that he grabbed it on accident because he has a similar phone. The phone had been shut off, so Officer Aguilar inquired why it had been shut off. Defendant Salmasi stated he shut off the phone to preserve its battery and also so it couldn't be tracked because he intended to return it later. While patting down Defendant Salmasi prior to his arrest, Officer Aguilar felt a small container which Defendant Salmasi immediately identified as medication he had purchased from Walgreens. Further inspection of this bottle confirmed it contained 28 alprazolam pills and did not have a label on it. On May 14, 2025, myself, Detective Attarner, completed an interrogation of Defendant Salmasi at the Brownstown Police Department. Defendant Salmasi was advised of his Miranda rights, stated he understood them, and signed the right to them. Defendant Salmasi stated to Detective Attarner the same story he had initially provided Officer Aguilar. Detective Attarner advised Defendant Salmasi that the incident was captured on camera and obviously identifies him as stealing the Walgreens employee's phone. Defendant Salmasi then admitted that he did steal the Walgreens employee's phone and turned it off to prevent the crash. Defendant Salmasi said he was not sure what he was going to do with the phone after he had taken it. Defendant Salmasi indicated that the pill Follow containing El Paso pills discovered on his person during his arrest were his. Defendant Salamanca stated he bought them from a friend who had purchased them in Mexico, however, would not provide this friend's name. Defendant Salamanca stated he did not believe he needed a prescription for the El Paso pill because one was not required in Mexico. Defendant Salmasi has two prior criminal convictions, one from January 10, 2014 out of 19th District Court for third-degree retail fraud where he pled guilty, and one from September 30th, 2016 out of the Third Circuit Court for misdemeanor controlled substance use where he pled guilty.
Based on sworn testimony, I find the crimes larceny in the building and possession of an analog were committed. There's probable cause to believe those crimes were committed by the defendant. I'm going to authorize the issue of the complaint warrant. I'm ready for arraignment. Sir, step forward, state your name.
Nicholas Salamasa.
Counsel?
Good afternoon, Judge Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Salamasa.
All right. Does he waive formal reading and stand mute?
That's correct, Your Honor.
I'm going to advise you of your rights, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything. If you say something in or out of court, whether orally or in writing, it can be used against you. You have the right to be represented by a lawyer not only today, but at all subsequent court proceedings. If you cannot afford one, you can apply for one at public expense. Also, if you choose to submit the question with law enforcement officials, you do have the right to be represented by a lawyer at that questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. You'll be in front of Judge Hessen. That'll be on May 27th at 9 a.m. You have the right to a preliminary examination within 7 days thereafter, at which time the people have to show as to each count that the crime was committed and that you were the one who probably committed the crime. That is larceny in a building and possession of an analog, specifically El Prazolane. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference, again, May 27th at 9, preliminary exam June 3rd at 10:45. Mr. Westmoreland, I'll listen to anything you have to say regarding bond.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to point out that Mr. Salamasa currently is residing in Brownstown, so he does live locally. He's 33 years old, single male. He's not currently on probation or parole. He has no other pending matters at this time. He's never failed to appear in court for any reason. And after speaking with him at length, he did assure me he would be appearing at all future court dates. He currently is and has been in touch with the guidance center, as he does admit and recognize that he does have a substance abuse problem, and that's his number one goal right now, is to get some
Sir, do you work?
I do not work, sir.
Why not?
I worked over a year ago. I lost my job due to my drug issue. I just recently applied for a job, though, at the gas station right there at Telegraph and West Road, and that looks promising.
All right. Who do you live with on Mahoney Court?
My mother. I live with my mother, and every cop here knows where I stay, so it's not like I'm gonna escape from them. They all know where I live and where I stay at. So unfortunately, but.
What do you want, Detective Petard? Anything you asking for?
Your Honor, he has admitted to me that he does have drug abuse problem, and I also spoke with his mother that is very concerned about his drug abuse problem, causing him to make bad decisions for himself. We're hoping that he would enroll in some type of assistance.
I already have enrolled. I have an appointment on the 25th at 9 o'clock a.m. at the guidance center.
Sure. I'll give you your bond. You need to get your life in order. $10,000 personal bond. No contact with the victim, Peyton Murphy. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email, or communicate with her or have anybody else do any of those things for you on your behalf. You're not to enter 2300 Telegraph in Brownstown. No contact with prosecution witnesses except through your lawyer. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. I want you going to NA at least twice a week. AA at least twice a week. You'll be in front of Judge Hessen May the 27th. You have to go in person AA, and every time you bring that, every time you go, you have to have the form signed verifying your attendance. Detective Petard will give you one of those. And every time you come to court, you have to bring that form with you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I wish you well. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice afternoon, Your Honor.
Thanks, guys.